Alright guys, Hypnos here once again with yet another Emuparadise Let's Play. Now I didn't really expect to be doing another one of these, but I'm bored and, you know how that goes. So today we have F Mario. Despite sounding like it's got something to do with profanity, it's actually a F-Zero themed Mario mod, and it's quite short. I'll be doing this entire thing in about 2 videos. We're going to go to the training course first, and you'll get an idea of what this game is actually like. Obligatory power-up right at the beginning, and obligatory giant bullet bill. Should kind of feel sad that Corey's no longer here to slander them, or slander everything else while he's at it. And you see, each course goes for about 3 laps, I'd say. It actually looks like 3 repetitions of the same section, but if you pay attention, you'll notice it changes rather subtly, and it's actually 3 not quite equal sections stitched on one after the other. And you'll see more giant bullet bills right there. Again, it's just a training course, and admittedly, I'm not doing my absolute best to blitz through this at the best pace I can. This is what I think looks decent enough to actually record, which isn't really that good. But as you can see, it's quite a simple mod. They actually did their own overworld map for it, which is a bit of detail most mod makers don't really bother with. And some nice background music as well. Again, each stage has its own theme. This one is a space stage. I missed the name earlier, I should have checked that. All the levels are quite short and simple okay, there's a couple of exceptions, but I don't think you can quite put a price on how odd this game ends up being. As let's face it, we're watching an Italian plumber run and jump over dinosaurs on what appears to be some sort of moon base while using giant springboards to avoid gravity, and apparently devouring metal coins. Looking at this in isolation, you get the distinct feeling that whoever came up with this wasn't quite sharing the same headspace as the rest of us. Fortunately, it's quite an easy mod, so you can just sort of, roam around and take a look at what's going on without actually getting too drawn into trying to win the levels. There's only a couple of difficult sections. And we're going to try and beat this stage in 55 seconds, because apparently Captain Falcon managed that no trouble. Now, I question the fairness of allowing a man with his own F-Zero racer to challenge us on time, but I'm clearly not the judge of this. If I was, there'd be more grid girls already. Yeah. The nippers, not to be confused with Corey's preferred term for bullet bills, really the only enemy in this stage, and aside from that one section, you really can't fuck it up. It's a nice introduction. That's actually about a quarter of the game in terms of levels done right there. It's not very long at all. You'll notice a slight skip in video. We're going on to video 2, because as we all know, ZSNES hates me and I can't trust it to actually record more than one stage properly. And it appears to be Earth in the background, so I have no idea where the fuck we are, or why there's a bunch of wingless Koopas meandering aimlessly about to be victimised, or why Mario doesn't have a headache from beating his head against... I don't know if they're brick or what, but beating his head against those things so many damn times. The man should have a horrible concussion right now. So I'm fond of the actual background music in this, so it doesn't need to be all that detailed, because let's face it, you're not going to spend more than about a minute on each stage. Okay, maybe more than that. 2 minutes. But yeah. Actually, one thing I noticed about this, and I should have picked up on earlier, it's quicker to just tap, jump, and drop down. Sorry, quicker to just tap, jump when you go off a ledge, I should say, rather than letting yourself drop, because if you drop, you lose momentum when you get the ground. If you jump, you don't. This is actually a 4 repetition stage, I forgot about that. And now there's nippers on the ceiling. How they're attached to the ceiling, I don't know. Maybe they're plants. They have a root system. Actually, back with Rise to the Challenge, we kind of worked out that there's no way in hell those things are plants. So, buggered if I know how they're hanging on there. sheer force of will, maybe. And that's actually the second video down because ZSNES chose that particular, or this particular set of stages to fuck a stranger in the Alps to keep things moderately PG rated. Okay, who am I kidding? Moderately PG rated is never going to work for me. You notice there's no actual backgrounders, but there's background music in this. But there's a not so subtle echo effect applied to all of the sound effects, which is, I thought a really nice bit of attention to detail, given it's supposed to be, an outer space level, not in any atmosphere. And terribly easy as far as levels go, and most of these are. But, subtle variations in pattern. The platforms you notice get thinner and thinner. The ghosts get more prominent, more common. If there's no oxygen, I'm not entirely certain how those vines are surviving either, but I don't know, maybe they're the same sort of breed as those nippers from earlier. Nipper vines, that would be a good enemy in a Mario game, actually. Kind of reminiscent of the piranha plants that used to go up and down the vines in Super Mario 2. Which, as we all know, is a bastard game and not originally meant to be a Mario game. Still good, though. Again, you notice the return of the echo effect and the yellow pulse, which I thought everyone had forgotten about from earlier games. Yeah, not really a lot of difficulty to this. It's all, run along, dodge the ghost. Don't fuck up too badly and you'll make it with plenty of time. Even someone as incompetent as me could probably beat this game without save states if they were willing to spend maybe an hour on it. Only took me that long because I had to record this stage 3 fucking times. Yeah, ZSNES has a personal grudge against me, so it can and will take every opportunity given to it to just completely screw with me. I had to record that repeatedly because I'd do 2 levels once and it would fuck up somewhere along the lines. Then I had to record that twice when I was just doing the single level because ZSNES is my eternal nemesis. Actually, scratch that. Idiocy is my eternal nemesis. ZSNES is just a good stand-in. Now, we've actually got background music this level. And we're swiping a bit of the Planet Zebes stuff here, so we have 90 seconds to get the fuck out of Dodge before this entire thing goes boom. And I'm getting a bit of vertigo from the kind of erratic scrolling there, but I think that's from the very thin platforms. Why are there clouds in outer space? These are not questions I have an answer to. Actual Koopas now, which is odd, because we've gone almost halfway through the game and we haven't actually seen any Koopas yet, until now. I don't know, maybe they're on the endangered species list after every other fucking Mario game out there nearly exterminated them. The World Wildlife Fund should be funding these things. Like I said, piss easy, 90 seconds, beat that with 20 to spare, and that wasn't a particularly fast run. I'm not sure why the stars have gone green for that level either, but I don't think I'm really going to get much understanding of this. This is actually a fun one. This is the first moderately difficult level. You'll notice a bit of a scrolling issue, and again the nippers seem to be completely uncaring of fucking anything. A lack of oxygen didn't really do anything about them. The heat doesn't seem to do anything about them. They're going to take over the planet at this rate. That's actually the hardest section in this level, that little long jump back there you have to double back for. There's not a lot of spare space on missing that one. And once again Mario proves that he cares not for the physics of heat induction. You can't just stand next to lava and not get scorched. Unless apparently you're a fat Italian plumber with tremendous amounts of self-belief. You see what I mean about this jump here? You have to go all the way back and get to sprint speed just before you launch or you fall short. I like the little touch with the pipes down there, which seem to be spraying lava from both ends and not linked to anything else. Yes, it's a decanter of endless lava. I should love that. Volcanic Goombas right there. And that's another level down. Like I said, short, mostly piss easy and a lot of fun. After having struggled through so many ROM hacks where the actual authors thought pain was the advantage, this is actually pretty nice.